Section 8.3 is on rational exponents. But before we talk about rational exponents, let's quickly review our previous exponent rules. So x squared times x to the 3 is x to the 5th. X squared raised to the 3 is x to the 6th. So when you're multiplying like terms, you add the exponents. When you have power to power, you multiply the exponents. When you have a division problem, you subtract it. And it matters like where the bigger one is. So this is 8 minus 3, and the 8's on top, so our answer is going to be on the numerator. This one, the denominator's higher, so it's the denominator minus the numerator. So 9 minus 7 is 2, and it's going to be on the bottom. If you have a negative exponent, it gets moved to the bottom. If it were negative on the bottom, it would get moved to the top. So those are all the rules that we've looked at in a previous chapter. So rational exponents, this is the name for exponents that are fractions. So radicals that we've been looking at, the square roots, these are equivalent to fraction exponents. So you can say the square root, or you're going to be able to say the 1/2 power, and they mean the same thing. So the template is x to the 1 over n is equal to the nth root of x. And then also x to the m over n is equal to the nth root of x to the m. And you can write it like that, or you can write it like that. Either way is acceptable. So saying saying x raised to the 1/4 is the same thing as saying the 4th root of x. Two different ways of saying the same thing. The cubed root of x is the same thing as x to the 1/3. X to the 1/2 is the same thing as the square root of x. So there's an implied 2 when you don't see any number. If you had x to the 3 over 5, that would be the 5th root of x cubed, or the 5th root of x with parentheses and then cubed, either way. So for number 1, 100 to the 1/2, that is the same thing as saying the square root of 100, and the square root of 100 is 10.